Hi everyone. Good evening to all of you. A very warm welcome. So it's already 4:59 by my watch. We'll start in another 1 minute. I can see a lot of people waiting for the webinar. That's a great sign. I can see the enthusiasm, that you all want to learn. Good evening all of you. So we'll be starting in few seconds now. So I hope all of you are doing good and ready for our, another class of second live streaming session on YouTube for IELTS. So I hope my video and, audio both are clear to everyone. In case you're not able to hear me, just let me know and check your headsets as well. Good evening, all of you. Good evening. All right, guys. So a very warm welcome to all of you here on our second webinar in the month of June. So let me tell you a little bit about the webinar that we'll be having these, kind of classes from 5 to 6 p.m. as you can see on your screen every day on every weekday, in fact. So that means 5 days in a week. Indian timings 5 to 6 in case anybody is joining outside the country. And also you can see the link, guys, which is very crucial for all of you. So please click on the link which is given in the description below. Through that link, you can register yourself for today's class as well as the other upcoming classes. Okay. And in case if you have missed out any class, then you have to click on the same link so that you can get access to the other videos which we are doing on a daily basis. Okay, but I would advise you to join us live because that would be more fruitful so that you can ask me questions and doubts if you have any. All right. So as you can see the link down on your description, please click on that. You will get free sample papers. These are free IELTS classes, by the way, provided by Shiksha Study Abroad. So we have started this program in June itself, and we'll be continuing it, covering all the modules of IELTS exam in detail. And we'll be doing this in the month of June. All right, fine. So without any further delay, guys, let's start with the today's webinar. And the topic for today's webinar is diagram labeling questions. Okay, this is the first sub question or subcategory of IELTS module of IELTS exam. Okay, IELTS reading. So yes, let's focus on that. So the first question type is diagram labeling question, and let's read about it further. What does it have to say? So if you are required to select words from the text for the answers, you will be told how many words you're allowed to use for each label. Okay. For example, one word or no more than two words. Hyphenated words such as mother-in-law count as one word. So in diagram labeling questions, this is one of the instructions you can say which you have to follow, that whatever is the word limit, you have to use those words only, those number of words. For example, here, no more than two words. So in case you are writing three words, then definitely that will be wrong. Okay. So if you use the wrong number of words, your answer will be marked incorrect, even if the information you give is correct. So this particular question includes a list of words with which to label the diagram. So the list of words will be given to you, and from those list of words you have to select your answer, which you will be writing in your diagram labeling question. Okay. The information needed to label it correctly will be in the text, although it may be concealed in synonyms and paraphrasing. Okay, so I'm sure till now you must be aware of this term, in fact these terms, synonyms and paraphrasing. So paraphrasing, I have already told you what is it. You have to just mix and match the words in your own words. Okay, that means using the synonyms, the meaning should be same, but yes, the words can be different. That is the meaning of paraphrasing. And synonyms, again, the similar meaning words. Okay, so you have to take care of synonyms, paraphrasing as your vocabulary part in the reading exams specifically. Okay, now let's see what are the skills needed for this particular kind of question, the diagram labeling. So this type of question tests your ability to interpret a diagram, scan for specific information, identify synonyms and paraphrasing, and read in detail for meaning. So these are few of the skills which are needed for this particular question. Okay, all right. So let's see what are the key tips to revise these kind of questions and gain full marks. So first tip which has been given here is diagram labeling questions are not as hard as they may seem at first. Okay, so somebody's asking me that, so first one will be the diagram based question. Yes, this is the first kind of question which I am covering in my webinar. In the exam, you can get any question. Okay, these questions mostly come in second section or maybe sometimes first section. So it depends. It's not fixed. All right. And guys, I'll be giving the answers for every question of yours in the end. Okay, so please wait patiently. Let me finish the webinar quickly, the PPT, and then I'll answer your questions one by one. Okay, all right. Second tip is don't panic if the diagram looks complicated. Okay, all right. So let me check. My voice is clear now. So let me just, remove the headset. I hope it will be clear to all of you now. All right. Okay, just give me a second, guys. All right, so I hope my voice is clear now to all of you, whoever is commenting. Yes? All right, let's come back to the PPT itself now. Don't panic if the diagram looks complicated. It won't be. A diagram is just another way of presenting information, a combination of language and a drawing. Okay, so it's basically a combination of language and drawing, and you need no prior knowledge of the subject in order to complete it. Remember, this is a test of your reading skills, nothing else. Again, just follow the strategy. Use any little clues that are present in the diagram to help you understand it. Okay, in our diagram, for example, we have some numbers, some text, one completed label, and a heading in the word list box. So I will show you a sample question as well. Okay, in which I will show you one diagram and how do you have to fill in the gaps along with the passage. So just wait. All right, so each gives you important information about the topic and will be related to the answers in some way. So I'll show you how to do it. Let's continue reading the tips first. So another tip is you may be given a glossary of keywords that could be unfamiliar to you. Okay, so glossary of keywords will be given to you. Then try to get a general understanding of the diagram before you read the text. Okay, all right. Then scan for keywords in the text to locate the paragraph with the answer in. Then read in detail to identify the words or words needed for the label. Okay, this is another tip. So guys, these tips are very important for you to crack this kind of paper and this kind of question specifically. So please do focus on it. If you're struggling with a particular label, move on. Okay, so that means you do not have to leave any blank. You can just guess the answer and move on in order to save your time, because if you're wasting too much time on one question, then definitely it's not meant to be like that. Then grab the easiest marks and come back to relook at the others later if there's time left at the end. So make an educated guess if you have to, rather than leaving the answer blank. As I said, do not leave any blank, okay? You may guess correctly and score the point. Now, if you're choosing words from a word list, it will be easier to determine the answer when you've eliminated some of the other words. So again, elimination method is very important, okay? That means eliminating the wrong ones, cutting down the wrong ones, and focusing on the right answers. So that will make your job easier, to find the correct answer. Now the strategy, what is the strategy of this kind of question? Read the instructions carefully. First, find out whether you have to label the diagram with words from the text or from a word list. Okay, so firstly, you should focus on that. If the words come from the text, note how many words you're required to write. Example, one word or no more than two words. Okay, again, this is a very important instruction. Second is briefly look at the diagram. Try to get a general understanding of what it's showing. Then there will be clues for headings, for figures, and any labels already added. Okay, so you have to make sure you're reading everything in the instruction. Otherwise, you'll leave, some information which is crucial. So second strategy is briefly look at the diagram and try to get a general understanding of what it's showing. There will be clues and headings, figures, and any labels already added. Scan the text for keywords. Keywords are the words which are important and crucial for your answers. Okay, there might be some words like although, but, hence, however. So these are also the keywords which will, change the context of the passage. So you have to focus on these kind of words as well. So this will identify where the answers are located. Read the relevant section of text in detail to find each answer. Fill in the answer sheet and check your spelling. So spellings again play a very major role in, IELTS writing and your reading, listening, everything, all the three modules. So please be aware of the spelling mistakes, your punctuation marks, capital letters, numbers, dates. Okay, all of these are very crucial. Now I have given a sample passage over here as school experiments. So there is one whole paragraph out of which you have to find the answer. So you will get a passage or paragraph like this in the exam as well. Not the same topic, but this is a sample example question. Okay, then we have the diagram. You can see the diagram in front of you. There are a few things kept here like a test tube or maybe a container. Okay, all of that. You have to understand the diagram, what is happening here, and how will you understand it? By reading the instructions. So let's see what has been given to you. Questions 1 to 6. Okay, the diagram below shows how copper sulfate can be made using simple laboratory equipment. So this is the heading. It's telling you about, simple laboratory equipment and how the copper sulfate is being made. So it is a process basically. Now what do you have to do? Choose no more than 3 words and or a number from the passage for each answer. So how many words can you write? 3 words, not more than that. And or you can write a number as well. Okay, so and or, this is very important. Sometimes in the question it's only given and or maybe only given or. Okay, so you should understand the meaning between these 2 words so that you do not go wrong. So here if you write 2 words as the answer, will it be wrong or right? Of course, it will be right. Okay, because you can use up to 3 words. But in case if you're writing 4 words or 5 words as your answer, then it will be wrong because you can only use 3 words. So this is a sample question of your diagram based question. Okay, later on you can go through the video again when it is uploaded on our channel. Okay, and then you can check the answers also if you're willing to just solve it by yourself. Okay, now I'm coming to another kind of question, which is short answer questions. Okay, this also I'll be covering up in today's webinar. So let's look at the second category of IELTS reading question. Now let's read about it further. What are short answer questions? Many students find short answer questions amongst the easiest to answer. You have to read a text and answer a set of questions about it in 1 to 3 words. Okay, and because this type of IELTS reading question is generally not too difficult, it's tempting to try to rush through the questions. This results in silly mistakes being made. So be careful not to lose valuable marks in this way. So these are not, very difficult to handle in the IELTS reading paper, academic and general training. Hence, sometimes students, they make mistakes while, passing the answers from question paper to the answer sheet. So yes, you have to be aware of not doing such silly mistakes like spelling mistakes, or in case you have not made a letter capital, mistakes like that. Then if we come to the strategy for answering short answer questions, let's see what are they. So first strategy is reading the instructions very carefully taking particular note of the word limit for your answers. So again, as I said in the previous slides as well, that you have to read the instructions very carefully. Okay. Next strategy is read the questions and try to understand what is being asked. So it's very important, very crucial to know, very essential to understand that why are you writing this answer? There should be a reason behind it. So for that, you have to understand the question really well. Okay. Now, next strategy is underline the keywords in the questions. Also think about possible synonyms for them. Don't worry if there are unfamiliar words. If they also appear in the text, you may be able to work them out in context. Alternatively, synonyms that you do understand may have been used. All right, coming to the next strategy, skim read the text. Now, I have already discussed the meaning of skim and the word scan yesterday in my video and also in the previous webinars, okay, in the month of May. So yes, skim, let me give you a summary, quick summary again, in case if you have missed, the previous video. So skimming means just normally glancing over the paper quickly, very quickly, and seeing, what kind of questions are there, or how many questions do I have to attempt, and what words or how many words do I have to write, okay, all of that. And scanning is underlining the, keywords or underlining the important information which you need for your answer, highlighting the keywords. That is scanning. All right, let's read further. So skim read the text. Be alert for the keywords and synonyms you identified, but don't read in detail. That means the detailed explanation of the passage is not needed. So you do not need to read, each and every line. That is not required out of you. So read the first sentence of each paragraph in a little more detail, then the rest of the text, as this will introduce the main idea of the paragraph. Then next strategy is go back and reread the question 1. Then scan the first paragraph, maybe the second as well, and until you find the location of the answer, then read in detail to find the exact word or words which you need to answer the question. All right. Now, repeat this process for each kind of question. So this is not just for one particular question. This strategy can be applied to other questions as well. Okay. All right. Now, tips. Let's come to the tips for short answer questions. Key tips are, first one, read the questions first. This is again the very crucial tip which you need to know. Then the text. Okay, so do not read the passage first, read the questions first, and then come to the passage to find the answer for that particular question. Because if you start reading the passage as whole, that will waste a lot of time, because you do not need to understand each and every line. That is not required out of you. Okay, the IELTS examiners are not testing your knowledge of the text, the knowledge of the passage, but they are testing your skills, that how well do you define your answer, or how quick do you realize that this is the correct answer, right? Skills like those. So read the questions first, then the text. It's important that you understand what is being asked in the questions before looking at the text. So you will then know the main ideas to look out as for you skim and read, okay? So the answers will be in order of the text. That means all the answers will fall chronological in order, okay? So once you found the answer to question 1, you'll know that the answer to question 2 will come soon after, and so on. So don't go over the word limit. State it for your answers. For example, no more than 3 words and or a number. If you do, your answers will be marked wrong, even if the information you give is correct. Okay, so use only the actual words from the text for your answer. You may not need to change the tense of the verbs you use to ensure your answer is grammatically correct. Now this fourth tip explains you that you have to use the factual information which is already given in the passage. So please do not write any word, any number by yourself or by your own guessing. Okay, whatever is given in the text, you have to write that. Just copy paste it from the paragraph. Now most questions will contain synonyms and paraphrasing. So as I told you, synonyms and paraphrasing is very important, because nothing will be same in the question and the
statement in the paragraph. Both will be interchanged with the help of synonyms. So you will never find the same words or same phrases in the paragraph. Okay. All right, now here is a sample question and answer. So again, a question you can see here. Something like this you will get in the exam also if you get short answer questions in IELTS reading. Okay. So choose no more than 3 words and or a number from this passage for each answer. So passage will be given to you like I showed you in the diagram labeling question as well. And then these kind of questions will be given to you. So, what makes Vancouver similar to the big cities of North America? This is the first question which they have asked. So, you can see here they have given the first answer as cubic office towers. Okay, this is the first answer to this first question. And the explanation which they have given is Vancouver, like all large North American cities, is a conglomerate high rise cubic office towers. Okay, so this is how you find the answer from the passage. And again, cubic office towers, these are 3 words 1, 2, and 3 in bold, right? So, how many words can you use? No more than 3 words. So, again, this is the correct answer. All right. So, this is how you find the answer for this particular question. Now, this, guys, brings us to, the last slide of our PPT. And now you have all the time in the world to ask me any questions which you have. So yes, I would love to answer your questions now. You can ask me questions related to the today's webinar, or either you can ask questions related to the IELTS exams in specific. So yes, you can start on asking your questions. So I'll answer them one by one. And yes, in case you have not registered with us, please do register with us right away for the upcoming free sessions which we are having in the whole month of June, okay, 2023. Also, we also have a YouTube channel with the same name, okay, where you're attending these live classes. So yes, please do subscribe for any upcoming feedback and updates on the IELTS exam as well as other exams as well. And yes, we have the expert counselors with us, a whole team who can help you free of cost. Okay, there will be no charges, it's all free. So you can have the counseling sessions with our expert counseling teams. And yes, so please register with us. And you can also send these, links to your friends. You can share it with the relatives or friends whom you think, they need the IELTS classes or the training sessions. So this is a very, profound way, I would say. It's very easy for all of you. It's like a boon. So do make use of it because it's all free. All right, so we have started having the questions now. Okay. These are the set of questions in the paper. Yes, so these 2 questions which I, covered in my PPT today. So those were diagram labeling and short answer questions. So these 2 are a part of your IELTS reading paper, be it academic or general training. Okay. And there will be around in your reading, IELTS reading, academic and general training paper, there will be around 12 to 14 kinds of questions. Okay. And there are total of 12 to 14 kind of questions, and you might encounter around 9, 10 or 11, or maybe sometimes 12 as well in the paper. So it depends. Every year in every paper it depends. Okay. So somebody is asking, I have an issue in writing the essay for writing task. Okay, fine. So thank you for attending the class, by the way, for the second time as well. That's very, very, very thoughtful of you, and thank you for that. But yes, let me tell you that we'll be covering each module of IELTS exam in detail. So writing also we'll be covering up. I would advise you to practice with us reading in detail first, because I'll be covering up each and every question of reading. Then I'll be covering up in the second week of June the IELTS listening. Then I'll be covering up writing and then speaking. So I'll be giving you all time, of mine 24/7 for this particular IELTS paper so that you can crack it easily. And everything is free here, guys. You just have to register with us in the link, which is given in the description below, and share it with others as well if they need it. Yes, sure. So somebody's asking for the sample paper for such type of question. So I have listed down some sample papers in the link itself. You can just go and download our free sample papers and you can have access to them. But you have to register with us in the link which is given below this video, okay, in the description. So there is no answer for which is better, IELTS academic or IELTS general training. Both are kind of IELTS categories. So academic is basically for students, majorly students give it for studying abroad, okay, and going for higher education. Whereas general training is equally good, and definitely it is advised by many candidates who want to migrate to other country, or who want to work and stay with their family in other countries, so they go for general training. Okay. Okay, sure. So can you solve with us the diagram you presented as an example? A very good question, and I would like to answer this when I finish all of the questions, because I will be solving one and two questions, in fact, one or two questions from each of the category of reading question. Okay, so not just diagram labeling, I will be solving with you at least one or two questions of MCQs, that is multiple choice questions, short answers. So this type of practice session we have kept in the end of every module. Let me tell you, if you have missed it out, that I'll be, giving you some questions by myself. We'll be solving it here live on YouTube, and I'll be giving you answers as well for those questions. So do not worry about that. We'll be solving each and every question once we finish all the question types. Okay. Right now I have just given you the sample question just to make you notice that how would your question look like in the exam. No, it will be conducted according to India's time, which is 5 to 6 p.m. daily, every weekday, Monday to Friday. Okay. No problem. So you can check out the Indian timing and Bangladesh timing, and then you can maybe cross check which is equivalent according to Indian time, and then you can check and join. Yes, we are providing free study material as well. So we have free counseling, we have free, sample papers, we have free assessments, and we have free videos in front of you, which you are watching right now. So you can always go recap and just, see for yourself if you have missed out anything. But yes, I would recommend all of you to join live so that you can talk to me, we can have a conversation, and of course, I can answer your queries live, right? That would be more fruitful for you. Yes, sure. So there is a way how to understand, the writing score band, or how much, you're getting and where do you stand. All of that can be measured. So once you finish your writing test, for example, out of 40, you're getting 30. So you will get a band of around 7. Okay, if I'm not wrong. So what you have to do is you just have to see the band calculator. So how do you see the band calculator? So you will just go to Google, just type on Google band score, and you will get the reading and listening band scores, and then you can calculate if you're getting 29, then what is the band score? If you're getting 38 out of 40, what is the band score? Okay, out of 40. So every number, every score which you get out of 40 has a different band. Okay, somebody is asking what is paraphrase sentences. Paraphrase basically means, if in a question it is written friendly, then in the passage it might be amiable or amicable, cordial, the synonyms of friendly. Okay, that is the meaning of paraphrasing. So your questions and your sentences in the passage will never be same. They will be paraphrased. Then someone is asking, could you solve and discuss multiple choice questions? Definitely. So I'll be taking up multiple choice questions as well in the coming week, that is on Monday and the other days. Okay, so one of the days I'll be taking MCQs also, multiple choice questions. And as I said, if you've missed it out, that I'll be solving each and every question, at least one or two examples of each question in the end of every module. So for example, once we have finished reading, We'll take up all the questions of reading, at least 1, 2 examples, and we'll be solving it here live. Okay. So the exam usually consists of 11 to 12 questions, total of 40 questions, but yes, 11 to 12 question types. Okay. So my bad, I did not mention it. Question types. That means, one set of MCQs or maybe one set of short question and answers, one set of fill in the blanks, like that. But total of 40 questions are there in your reading as well as listening paper. And 1 hour is given to you for IELTS reading, and half an hour is given to you for IELTS listening. So I'll be telling you the timing as well. As soon as we go to listening and writing, speaking, I'll tell you the timing for those as well. So in reading, I have already discussed it in yesterday's video. So in case you have missed out the reading first webinar of ours, which was held yesterday, so you can just go back to our channel, the link which is given in the description, and you can see for yourself whatever you have missed. I had covered a lot of things like patterns, syllabus, and the question types, the tips and tricks of IELTS reading paper. So everything as an overview of IELTS reading academic. So I had covered all of these in the previous webinar, which was yesterday. So in case you have missed it out, please go to the link in the description below and just register with us. So you will get access to all the free material which we are providing, like sample papers, assessments, and the webinars. So IELTS is not very tough. Somebody's asking me, is IELTS tough exam? No, please do not be afraid of it. It's not tough at all. Especially if you have a basic level of grammar, then nothing can beat, or nothing can come in between your targets or your bands. Now, what you have to do is, as I've already told you, try to join our classes daily, because we are going to cover up the whole IELTS syllabus in a month. Okay? And definitely the assessments which I'm giving, the practice sessions which we'll be having, and the webinars, these will be covered in these sessions. So it will definitely help you to improve if you've given in case IELTS before. And also, guys, you can find our videos which we are having daily. Okay, in case you have missed out anything, you can find it in our channel. The same channel, Shiksha Study Abroad. We have the same channel on YouTube as well with the same name. And you can reach there by clicking on the link which is given in the description below. So just click on that, you'll get registered, and you will find all the videos which you have missed out and the other upcoming videos as well in future, okay, on our YouTube channel. Thank you so much, whoever is saying thank you for your good presentation. I hope it will help you. So just go back and revise as well once the video is uploaded on our channel. So in that case, you can have a good revision time, right? Okay. My question is, after participating in the class. No. These are all free classes, guys. These are all free for everyone. Hence, I'm repeating it again and again that you should make a very good use of it, especially if you're really very serious for IELTS and if you really want to crack and get a good band. Okay, so yes. So someone is asking, if I practice writing essay from your website, then how do you evaluate them? Well, we have not started any proper training sessions where we'll give the feedback on the basis of essays and all, and speaking sessions in specific. But yes, we will try to give you every information about writing and speaking module in detail. Okay. Once you start practicing with us, you'll realize the mistakes by yourself. Or in case if you do not have any trainer by your side, then you can get it checked even from one of the teachers or trainers or your relatives as well. If you think they have given IELTS or they are good in English, you can just tell them that they have to check the answers in certain ways, and these are the criterias. And definitely you will get a good feedback, right? And apart from that, do join our sessions so that you do not miss on any tips and strategies for every module. So is IELTS for UKVI accepted for studying in Australia too? I guess it should be. For more clarity, you can click on the registration link so that you can reach out to our expert counselors who are available 24/7 to help you out for your exam. Okay. I think these kind of questions, like which country is accepting which IELTS category, so that will be given best by the counselors, those answers. So please do reach out to our counseling sessions, which are free of cost. So there is no charge for it. So you can just, go and talk to them anytime. Telegram groups, I'm not really aware about. I'll have to check that out. For now, you can talk to our counselors for that to check out whether Telegram groups are in access or not. I think they will be the best people to answer you about that. So after practicing, you can, somebody's asking while practicing, how do we know our answers are correct? So mostly when you practice from a set of question, usually the answers are given to you, right? So try to practice from those sites or those books which have the answers so that you can check the answer from the end of the book or end of the link. So even if you find the sample answers and download, for example, our sample papers, if you download from there, I have provided all the answers to you as well for the questions. So it will be easy for you to mark which is wrong and which is right. So do download our sample papers, which is in the link below. Just click on the link and you will get access to all the sample papers which we have. So IELTS exam is not free at all. You have to pay the fee. Okay, it is around 16. It is between 16 to 17,000 for different categories of IELTS. So you can check that out with our counselors as well, or you can go to our link. Okay, you can go to our page, and there also we have every information regarding this. So yes, the answer is IELTS exam is not free. You have to pay the fee. Okay. How much band score is better? So I think highest is 9. So definitely we do not have any 10 or 11 bands. We have the highest as 9 bands. And yes, so 9 is the highest. And this is the best band. So nothing better than that. So if you're getting 9 in all the, you know, modules, then definitely. Yes, so English is very much, English test is very much important. In case if you're talking about IELTS here, IELTS can be mandatory, it cannot be. So that you have to check with the college and university where you're applying. For example, in USC, many of the colleges and universities, they accept TOEFL. They accept IELTS also. IELTS is very much acceptable globally. But yes, if you're willing to give TOEFL and if you think your college needs TOEFL, then please do research on it before you give the exam. Okay. So sample papers are the mock test papers just for your practice session, which you will get on our link, okay, in the registration below. So in the description below. So yeah, just to get registered and get access to all the sample papers, you have to just click on the link, okay. Paraphrasing again, as I said, using synonyms. So somebody said, I'm not able to understand the paper. Which paper? I guess you're talking about the IELTS one, right? So IELTS paper is globally accepted, first of all. Secondly, it has bands from 0 to 9. Thirdly, it has 4 modules: writing, listening, speaking, and what? Reading. We just covered the questions of reading, right? So these are the 4 modules. And if you want to get more detail about the IELTS exam in total, then you can watch our previous video, which was specifically on reading IELTS academic. And if you want to know more about the IELTS exam in detail, you can go to the link below. We have every detail related to IELTS as well as other exams. Okay. What if I make an average mark on the test, won't get any school? So that you will have to check that your school, college, or university, how many bands do you require? Okay, that you have to like talk to the counselor or research a little bit on the college and university, and then see how many bands do you need. So every college and university has a different requirement. Okay, so please do check that so that you can accordingly get the training and accordingly you can prepare for the exam. It's very important to research before you go to the country or before you apply for an IELTS exam. Okay, and there is no average score in IELTS paper. There are bands from 0 to 9. You get bands in between these. So just check how many bands does your college require. Okay. So somebody is saying that I've already downloaded. Okay, so try to do other questions or see how many questions can you do. One by one, we'll be covering up all the questions here in the webinar. And then you can just go back to the video and see what are you doing as an error, right? This is how you can check your answers. Answers are given in the end of reading and listening papers. And in case you find any difficulty, then we have started this daily webinar. You can join daily by clicking on the link which is in the description, and then that will help you to realize where you're going wrong in every question. Because here in the daily webinar, every question will be covered in detail. Okay. And as I said, after every module, we'll be practicing certain set of questions. So that will also help you to realize where you're going wrong. So as I said, diagram labeling, MCQs, short answer questions, fill in the blanks, summary, note, table, all kind of questions will be solved in front of you. We'll be solving it together. I'll be telling you how to solve it. We'll be taking it, at least like 1 or 2 examples of each question category. So that will be done after every module. So once I finish the reading as a whole, and then I'll be giving you the assessment in the end. So IELTS and PTE are not same. IELTS is globally accepted. PTE has also, started getting recognition now. I talked about it yesterday also in my webinar. So it is one of the exams, Pearson's Test of English, the full form. It's one of the exams which is highly accepted by Australia. Okay, so if you're planning to migrate Australia, you might have to take PTE. So again, you can go to the link below and talk to our counselors. We have a free counseling team, okay, who gives you like a good session and all your doubts will be cleared by them. So yes, you have to book the exam if you want to write the exam, because somebody is asking me, are you going to allow us write the test or exam? Well, I cannot allow you to write the test or exam. I am just a trainer. The examiners are the ones who set the paper, right? So for that, you have to go to the IDP link. You have to book your exam or British Council from wherever you want to take the exam, and then you will write the IELTS paper. Now, which books will be suggested to get desired score? Well, I talked about the books yesterday. So please go to the link in the description below and save our video. It's on our YouTube channel. Okay. With the same name, Shiksha Study Abroad. Just click on the link which is given below this video. So you will get a link, click on it, you will get registered and you will get access to every video. So I talked about the books and references yesterday in my video. So you can just go and have a look in that video. And again, the PPTs can be downloaded. They can be accessed by clicking on the link. So there is only one link which will reach you out for everything, for free sample papers, then downloadable PDFs, webinars, videos, everything. And all are free, okay? There is no cost for it. You can freely just download it. How much time do you need to prepare for the test? If you have a good English level, then I think an average candidate with an average, caliber can prepare for IELTS exam in 1 month. 1 month is more than enough. It's a very good time to prepare for the whole exam. Okay, so whole exam as in all the 4 modules. No, it's not mandatory. Some people need it, some people do not need it. So if you need to go to other country to study or for migrating purpose or for working, then you should ask your office or your organization, your school, college, that how many bands do you need and do you need to give IELTS or not. So it's not mandatory, but yes, you can give it yourself also just to check your efficiency in English. For those reasons, also many people give IELTS just to check their, grammar skills or maybe English speaking skills. Can you provide the recorded link? Again, the link is in the description below this video. I just missed yesterday's class. No problem. Even if you missed the yesterday's class, that's not an issue. You can get it from the link which is below this video. Okay. There is a registration link. So just click on it. You'll get registered and get access to everything. So everything is free here. Shiksha Study Abroad is providing free classes. So do make use of it. So American colleges ask about TOEFL. So preparing for IELTS, good. Yeah. So you can give IELTS or TOEFL, any one of the two. But do ask your college or do ask your, uh, you know, do ask your counselors or the colleges and universities when you talk to them. So do ask them about what kind of bands do you need and which exam do you need to give, TOEFL or IELTS. No, no, no. I am not. We are not the ones to administer the exam. The exam is organized by the organization known as IDP or British Council. These are two organizations for conducting IELTS paper all over the globe. Okay. So what you can do is you can go to the IDP link. Just type IDP IELTS exam on Google and you will find out every detail about the exam. When are the dates and what are the papers and how can you give them. Okay. So we are just the ones for training here. We are not the administrator of the exam. Please get it clear. Do not be confused. So counseling session starts once you start, registering with us in the link which is in the description below. So you can get in touch with our expert counselors and they will help you out, for preparing for the exam and giving you every knowledge about the IELTS paper. Okay. Then yes, IELTS band do help in Indian universities as well. So as I said, some people give it for their own, efficiency just to measure their own skills. How good are they in IELTS speaking? So sometimes people give the IELTS paper for that as well. So yes, sometimes it can be helpful in Indian universities also. So do check out with your universities if you need to upgrade yourself by giving the IELTS paper with 8 or 9 plus bands. Sorry, 8 plus bands. So yes. Does IELTS have time or sessions for the exam? Definitely your IELTS exam is on one particular main day. On that main day, your IELTS exam is, particularly including 3 modules in total. So that main day you will give the exam for reading, listening and writing. And then for another day, they will keep your speaking paper. So the total time which the IELTS main day exam takes is around 2.5 hours. Okay. It's 2.5 hours paper, and speaking is conducted on some other day. It can fall before your main day and it can fall even after your main day. So, main day is the paper when you give 3 modules together. There is no break in between, and you have to give all the 3 modules as an exam, writing, listening, and reading in 2.5 hours. Okay. So in case if you are unable to understand the sample paper, that's not an issue at all. So if you directly go to our sample papers and start solving it, definitely you will not get anything. For that, you need to attend these sessions first. That is why we are having these sessions on a daily basis so that we can help you in, covering up all the modules of IELTS in detail. So that means in detail means every question will be, given to you in detail along with the sample questions and answers. So, first you attend the sessions, download the sample papers, and keep them with you. Once you finish one module, then go to that paper and try solving it. So, try not to solve it right away. Just give yourself some time because IELTS needs patience as well. Let me tell you, it is very essential. Nobody believes it, but IELTS needs patience and a lot of practice. Okay, so in case you're not able to solve the paper, it's not an issue. Just relax and take our sessions daily, which we have 5 to 6 p.m. Indian Standard Time on the weekdays. Okay. Yes, you can give computer based IELTS as well any day when you want. Okay. And you can select the dates, but you have to select the dates. For that, you can take the help of counselors. Either you can get connected with our expert counselors who will give you free counseling sessions. So they will help you out what are the dates in computer based or what are the dates in paper based, and then you can give them. Otherwise, you can also go to IDP and check the dates. What are the available dates for the particular month? Okay. Yes, you can write IELTS online. That's not an issue. Now we have the availability of computer-based test as well. So earlier we only had PVT. How to connect with the counselors? Please click on the link which is given below this video. It's given in the description of the video. There is one link. Please click on that. You will go to the counselors option and then you can get connected with any of the expert counselors. And in paper-based test, you can use either pencil or pen, but we advise you to write with a pencil so that if something is wrong, you can at least erase it. Yes? And then you can write it again. But in the case of pen, it is not true. With pen, it becomes very untidy and unorganized. So I personally advise my candidates to write with pencil. Okay? Cambridge can be downloaded from the Cambridge site. You have to research a little bit. We do not have the Cambridge books with us, but yes, I would recommend you to practice from there as well. And you can also download the sample papers which we are providing. We also have the answers in the end of reading and listening papers. So you can also cross check your answer, which is right and which is wrong. Okay. All right. So if you have any problem with the listening module, not an issue. And okay, so listening needs very much concentration. Let me just give you a quick summary of it, because listening I'll not be talking about in detail. Listening I'll be covering up in the next upcoming weeks, right? Because first we need to complete the reading module, then we'll come to listening. But yes, one great tip that you need a lot of concentration power and try to focus on the keywords. Try to focus on paraphrasing, the synonyms, because in the audio whatever they are saying, it will not be said in the same manner. The language will be twisted and turned, it will be changed. Okay, so paraphrasing will be done. Okay, good. If you have joined the counseling sessions, then there are counselors. Please wait for them. They will reach out to you, and there you can get in touch with the expert counselors. You can even choose which counselor do you want to go. It's on our page. And yes, they will reach out to you as soon as possible. Don't worry about that. So if you have registered with us with the link which is in the description, half of your job is done. Now another half is to go to the sample papers and download them. And then another part of half is to attend our sessions. In case you have missed out any session, then you can go to our previous videos. It is on our YouTube channel, by the way, not on our page. Okay. Then somebody is asking how many times in a year does IELTS exam take place? So it happens, every 4 times in a month, and accordingly you can just, calculate. It's around 48, right? So yes, it happens every month, 4 or 5 times in a month. So you can just check with the counselors as well as you can check from the IDP link. There are dates available every month. All right, guys, we have 2 to 3 minutes more, then we'll be winding this up. So if you have any other question related to today's webinar or anything related to IELTS exam, then you can ask here on the comment section. Okay, somebody's asking, How can I download Cambridge 17? Well, Cambridge 17 can be downloaded from the Cambridge site. So validity for IELTS paper is 2 years. So after 2 years, you have to give the, you know, IELTS exam again. What do you mean by keywords? Keywords are mainly the focusing, highlighting words. For example, there can be words like, always or often, few, some, okay, maybe or may not be. So these are few keywords which change the context of the reading passage. So hence these are known as keywords because these are important for you to understand the context. Please check out from our counselors by clicking on the link below about the IELTS exam and the dates. And you can take IELTS as many times as you want. Alright, sure. So I'll try pasting the link next time in the video. Or maybe after the video, I'll try pasting the Cambridge IELTS link from where you can, download the sample papers. How many times can one do the exam to pass it? Well, luckily there is no, number. It's infinite. So you can give IELTS as many times as you want, but nobody would like to give that, right? So what do you have to do for that? You have to click on the link below, which is given in the description, so that you crack your IELTS just in one go. So we are trying to help you out here daily to give you as much knowledge as we can about the IELTS exam. We are covering up each and every module in detail. We are talking about every tiny detail of reading, listening, speaking, and writing, so that you can attend these sessions free of cost, no payment, no cost, and you can reach out to your favorite destination where you want to study or work, right? Thank you so much, guys, for the appreciation. I really, really appreciate it from all my heart. Thank you so much. And I'm hoping to see you in another live session with me, which is coming on Monday now, because today is Friday. So Saturday, Sundays are off. So we are having a weekday class, as you can see on your screen as well. Weekdays 5 to 6 p.m., right? And these are the Indian timings, by the way. Let me again, finalize it to you and let me again clear it to you. No confusion. These are Indian timings. In case you're joining from outside India, which is a very good sign, I'm really very glad to see people coming from all over the globe. So, yes, I had seen some questions related to Indian timings as well. So, these are Indian timings, guys. Okay. Weekdays 5 to 6 p.m. every day, Monday to Friday. Okay. So, yes, thank you so much again for joining with us. I hope it was helpful to you, right? So, I'm willing to help you further as well in my upcoming sessions. So, I'll meet you on Monday now, guys. Thank you so much again for joining with us. And yes, we'll be covering up all the modules. And somebody's asking, how are the speaking and listening tests administered? Again, by IDP and British Council. Okay, everything is taken care by these two organizations, because these are the organizations which really conduct the IELTS paper. Someone is saying I'm from Nigeria. Well, hello Nigeria, thank you so much, thank you. All right, guys, so it was lovely meeting you. So I hope to see you very, very soon. God bless you all and have a lovely evening. Bye bye, take care everyone.